Hey guys! Welcome sa first ever course dito sa SDPT Solutions. So this is Intro to Programming and for today we will be talking about what is programming. Pero before we start, I would like you to know na etong course na to is offered sa SDPT Academy as one of the courses na pwede nyo i-take in an online session. So ano yung pinagkaiba ng dalawang course na nasa YouTube and also do sa live training natin? So of course, number one, it's live training and then secondly, meron tayong activities and then at the end of the course, meron kayong project na gagawin and you will be awarded a certificate of completion that will be accessible sa upcoming website ng SDPT Academy. So yun lang guys, so let's start sa ating first session ng Intro to Programming right after this intro. So guys, eto ang session flow natin for the day. So number one, we'll be talking about kung para saan yung mga computers, and then secondly, what is programming, and then thirdly, yung ating mga programming languages. So without further ado, let's begin. So, konting disclaimer lang, etong course na to is ginawa talaga para sa mga wala pang alam or wala pa talagang idea dito sa programming world natin, no? So, ginawa to para sa mga freshmen ng IT, ng computer science, or ng any IT-related courses, and also para sa mga gusto lang matuto mag-programming. So, let's talk about computers first. Para saan to? So, etong computers is a programmable device na pwedeng mag-store, mag-retrieve, and mag-process ng data. So, ang alam nyo computer is eto, of course, the desktop computer. Ano pa? Yung laptop, alam nyo din ang computer yon. Pero did you know na hindi lang yun yung computer? We can also call a mobile device a computer. Computer din siya kasi programmable device din siya that can store, retrieve, and process data. Ano pa? Also, gaming consoles, they are also a programmable device kasi nga nakapag-run sila ng game which is also made using a programming language. No, it can also store, retrieve, and process data. Pagka sinabing computers, it's not just about the desktop computers or laptops, pero lahat ng pwede nating i-program na device. Katulad ng smartwatch, it's also a computer. Yun yung mga example ng computers natin. Now that we know all about computers, let's talk about yung characteristics nila. So, number one, we all know that computers can generally process faster than your average humans. Meaning, pagka binigyan natin ng mathematical equation ng computer, it can actually answer it faster than your average human. That's why kinakatakutan yung computer na palitan yung tao in the future. Pero again, wag kayong matatakot doon because I've got an answer for you later. So, secondly, outputs are highly accurate. Of course, kung ano yung alam ng computer, yun yung gagawin niya lagi. Hindi yan magkakamali. So, that's why it's much accurate than humans kasi ang humans, they are prone to error. So, third, it can store large amount of data. Of course, hindi niya makakalimutan yung mga data na nakastore sa kanya because it's a computer. Kung ano yung nakalagay sa kanya, alam niya yon. Then fourth, ang computer can be programmed to do something. Pag sinabing program, kung ano lang yung pinrogram sa kanya na gawin or sabihin sa kanya gawin, yun lang yung kaya niyang gawin. Then fifth, etong computers are dumb on their own. Kahit sabihin niyo na merong artificial intelligence, they're still dumb on their own. Bakit? Kasi yung AI or tinatawag nating artificial intelligence, kahit generative siya, it still uses the intelligence of humans and pinagsasama-sama lang niya yung intelligence na yun to create something new, which is actually not new kasi pinaghalo-halo lang yung mga alam ng iba't ibang tao. So, they are dumb on their own if there are no programmers. Okay? So, kaya wag kayo matatakot basta-basta sa computers. Then, let's talk about humans versus computer. Ang humans, they are highly creative. Ang computers, no creativity. So again, may mag-argue. There are AI na kayang gumawa ng ganito, ng music, ng art. And again, yung mga AI na generative na yan, they are just copying kung ano yung mga data na binigay sa kanila. And then, pinagsasama-sama nila yung data na yon to create something new, which is galing din sa humans yung intelligence nila. So still, there are no creativity pagka pinagsama-sama nyo lang yung gawa ng iba. So hindi pa rin natin matatawag na creativity yun basta-basta. Then, humans, they can communicate with emotions. Ang computer, limited knowledge. Kung ano lang yung alam nila right now, yun lang yung alam nila hanggat hindi nyo sila tinuturuan ng iba pang bagay. Pero ang humans, they communicate na merong emotion. Mararamdaman nyo meron silang awa, mararamdaman nyo na masaya sila, galit sila. Pero yung computer, they just simulate that. And again, humans, they detect confusing patterns. So pagka sobrang nakakalito na yung pattern, human can still understand it. Pero ang computers, pagka sobrang nakakalito na, they can't. Pero they process quickly. Then, ang humans, eto lang ang disadvantage ng human, they are inconsistent. So, minsan, sobrang energetic nila, minsan malungkot sila. But computers, they are consistent. Kung ano yung ginagawa nila, magagawa nila yon for a long time. Then, ang humans, they tend to lose focus. Of course, naboboard tayo. That's why we lose focus. Pero ang computer, basta gagawin nila yung kung ano yung alam nila. Hindi sila mapapagod kahit kailan. Hanggat hindi pa sira yung hardware na nagpapatakbo sa kanila. And then, makikita nyo yung computers and humans, they actually complement each other. Dapat hindi yung pinag-aaway. Pinagsasama sila. Kasi if we combine them both, they can actually do something great. No, ang humans, they are the brains, and ang computer, they are the machinery na kayang gawin yung kahit anong gusto ng humans, na hindi napapagod yung computer. Yun, now that we know the humans versus computer, aralin naman natin kung para saan etong programming. So, what is programming? So, sabi dito, it's the process of giving instructions to a computer to execute. Meaning, basta bibigyan lang natin ng step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 si computer, and then, iraran niya na yung sunod-sunod na step na yon. Yun si programming. But how do we do programming? We can do that using programming languages. Of course, kailangan natin ng way para maintindihan tayo ng computer. And it's through programming languages. So, ang programming languages is a language that can be translated or understood by computers, which allows them to execute it. So, kung tayong Filipino, meron tayong Filipino language, and yung mga nasa ibang bansa, they have their own languages, katulad ng English, Spanish. So, marami tayong different languages. And under the Filipino language, marami tayong dialects like Tagalog, Cebuano, meron din tayong Kapampangan, and many more. Ganun din sa programming languages. No, nagkaroon din tayo ng mga derivation from different languages into another language. Paano to? Meron kasi tayong two types of programming languages. And the number 1 is low level. And then the number 2 is the high level. So, simulan natin sa low level. Bakit tinawag tong low-level programming language? Kasi ito yung mga languages that are closest to the computer. It is considered as computer-friendly languages. So, ito yung pinakamalapit sa computer. Kaya intindihin ng computer yung mga computer-friendly languages. Kasi yun yung talagang native language ng computer. Kung tayo, ang pinaka-naiintindihan natin ay Filipino language, si computer, etong low-level programming language. So, ano yung mga low-level programming language? So, number 1 is the machine language. It's called the first generation language, meaning ito yung pinaka-original na language ni computer. And as of today, binary pa rin ang gamit ng ating computers. Pero gumagamit tayo ng ibang programming language to translate it into the machine language na sinasabi natin. So itong binary code na to, it has two states, 1 or 0. Kung hindi nyo pa alam, ang 1 it means on, and ang 0, it means off. Kaya kung naririnig nyo 1010111011, yun yung binary code. And yun yung naiintindihan ni computer. And of course, halos lahat ng tao, and actually I don't know if there are any people na nakakaintindi ng binary code na pagka binasa nila yung buong program, maiintindihan nila yon. Pero of course, normally, walang taong kayang bumasa ng binary code na sobrang haba. Kaya gumawa pa ng mga panibagong generational language. So number 2, we have the assembly language. Eto, medyo naiintindihan na ng tao to. Pero still, it's hard to understand. And actually, as of today, konti na lang ang taong kayang makapag-code sa assembly language. This is the second generation language na tinatawag. It uses an assembler and is much easier to be understood by humans than the machine language. So, eto yung dalawang low-level programming languages. And actually, hindi na siya halos ginagamit. No, meron man sobrang dalang na lang yung assembly language. Eto yung itsura niya. So, we have the assembly language. And makikita nyo, ito yung itsura ng code ng assembly language. If hindi kayo nag-aral ng programming, hindi nyo talaga maiintindihan yung assembly language. Pero kung mapapansin nyo, we will be using an assembler plus linker to convert it into a machine language na 1001010111. And then, maiintindihan na yon ng ating processor or ng ating computer. And then, tsaka niya i-execute yung kanyang program. So, alam niya na kung ano yung gagawin niya. So, yun si programming. Now, na natapos na natin yung low-level programming, let's talk about the high-level programming languages. Let's go. Ito naman guys, yung high-level programming language. So, itong languages na to, it is the closest to the programmers naman. So, it is considered as programmer-friendly languages. Kasi ito na yung halos English na siya no, na naiintindihan na talaga ng tao kahit hindi pa siya nag-aaral ng programming. So, itong languages na to, it consists of 3. So, number 1, we have the procedural. Pag sinabi natin procedural, it's the third generation language. It's highly readable and top-down yung approach ng coding niya. Pag sinabi natin top-down, simula sa taas, pababa yung basa ng code. And gumagamit na siya ng mga English terms, kaya maiintindihan na natin siya. Then we have the fourth generation language, which is the object-oriented programming natin na tinatawag. So, etong 4th generation language, it uses an entity or an object to store data realistically. So, eto may intindihan nyo to pag nakapag-aral kayo ng OOP na tinatawag natin. No? Pero right now, wag nyo munang problemahin to. Then, we have the 5th generation language, which is the AI-oriented languages. So, eto yung ginagamit ang normal sentences in giving instructions. So, pagka sinabing, create a program that can add 2 numbers, ipoprompt nyo yung AI and then magsasabi na siya ng code. And then yun na, magagawa niya. May execute na niya yung instructions tong ating user. So, yun si AI-oriented. Etong AI-oriented, kahit sino nagagamit na to. Pag gumamit kayo ng generative AI katulad nila ChatGPT, they can actually code using normal sentences. So, yun yung high-level programming languages natin. And each generation, mas dumadali yung access natin when it comes to coding. Ngayon na alam na natin yung high-level programming languages, let's talk about kung ano yung itsura nila. So, we can see here we have 6 different high-level programming languages. And makikita nyo, halos magkakamukha lang sila, iba-iba lang yung term na gamit nila. So, let's start with Java. Makikita nyo dito, si Java ang nakalagay, system.out.println. So, ang ibig sabihin lang na to, mag-output lang tayo ng hello world. Lalabas lang doon sa screen natin, hello world. Then, we have the C++. We have the cout or the count. Ang ibig sabihin lang na to is character output. Mag-output lang tayo ng character na hello world. Then, we have the Python. We have what we call the print. Ito yung isa sa pinakamadaling intindihin na programming language. Ang nakalagay lang sa kanya, print and then parenthesis, hello world. Then, we have the C#, console.writeline. We have the JavaScript, console.log. Then, we have the C, printf. Kung mapansin nyo, they have the resemblance. So, parang ano lang yan, na pagka sa Filipino, bola. Pagka sinabi natin sa English, ball. Di ba? Parang magkamukha lang sila ng meaning, different language lang, or different term lang. No, ganun lang din dito. Kung yung Java yung Filipino, yung C++ yung English. Kaya pagka natutunan nyo ng isang programming language, pipili lang kayo sa isa sa mga gusto nyong pag-aralan na programming language, you can easily understand different programming languages pag-aaralan nyo lang sila ng konti. So, yun lang yung gusto kong maintindihan nyo para hindi kayo balito. Ano ba yung uunahin ko dito sa mga to? Kung ano yung pag-aaralan nyo, kung sa school man yan or kung saan man, it's okay kahit ano yung pag-aaralan nyo. You can easily transition from one programming language to another kasi nire-resemble nila yung isa't isa. Now, disclaimer lang, etong 6 na high-level programming language na to, hindi lang yan yung high-level programming language. Marami pang iba pero hindi ko na siya sinama kasi ito yung 6 na pinakasikat at kilala na tinuturo dito sa Philippines. Now, tignan natin susunod. Now, we talk about compilers. Etong compilers na to, eto yung ginagamit natin to translate yung mga high-level programming language katulad ng Java, ng Python, into machine code. Si machine code is yun yung binary natin. Diba? Yun yung sinasabi natin machine language. So, by compiling and translating it in one go. Basahin niyo yung one go. Ibig sabihin, kaya tinawag siya ng compiler. Ano sa Tagalog yung compile? Pagsama-samahin natin. No, so yun yung tinatawag ng compiler. So, compiler, pagsasama-samahin lahat, and then tsaka niya ira-run or ita-translate. Ganun siya. So, sa high-level programming language, yung code natin, ibibigay natin sa compiler, yung software na nagta-translate, and then ibibigay natin sa machine natin. Magiging machine language na siya, and then may intindihan na ng machine, then ira-run na niya. Yun yung tinatawag nating compiler. So, kung may compiler tayo, meron din tayong tinatawag na interpreter. Sa interpreter naman, ang pinagkaiba niya kay compiler is etong one go. Nabasahin nyo, one go. Dito naman kay interpreter, it translates high-level programming language into machine code by interpreting it line by line. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya one go. Para siyang ganito. Makikita nyo, meron tayong code na high level, ibibigay ko sa interpreter yung unang linya ng code natin, i-interpret niya yon, then iraran niya yon. Magiging machine language yon. And then after niyang maran, babasahin natin susunod na linya, babalik ulit tayo doon, ipapasa ko yung second na linya kay interpreter, and then iraran niya yung second line. Then after nun, i-read niya ulit kung may kasunod pa, and then hanggang sa matapos yung program natin. So bakit ko tinuro yung interpreter and compiler? Kasi meron tayong mga programming language na gumagamit ng interpreter and meron din tayong programming language na gumagamit ng compiler. So, depende yan kung anong programming language yung pag-aaralan nyo. Tingnan nyo na lang kung ano yung gamit ng different programming language na pag-aaralan nyo. So, most of the time, compiler naman, pero may mga programming language katulad ng Python na interpreter ang gamit. So, before we end this session, I just want to leave this with you. Yung programming language kasi natin, yung speed niya, the speed of a programming language, it depends on how near it is from machine language. Meaning, meron tayong mga programming language na mas mabilis kesa dun sa isa. So, for example, si binary code, siya yung pinakamabilis. Pagka nag-code kayo sa binary code, of course, diretso run yan. Wala nang compile time, wala nang interpretation time. Of course, that's the native language of our computers. Yun yung alam niya talaga. So, kung kaya nyo makipag-communicate sa computer using binary, sobrang bilis magra-run ng program nyo. Pero of course, lahat tayo, hindi naman natin kaya yon. That's why we have the high-level programming languages. Pero even sa high-level programming languages, merong mas mabilis at mas mabagal. So for example, si Python is sobrang bagal niya compared sa ibang language. Katulad ni C. Si C sobrang bilis naman niya. So kasi medyo malapit pa siya sa machine language at assembly language. Pero si Python kasi, fun fact lang, si Python language is made from the C language. So ibig sabihin, yung Python pala, ginawa siya using other programming languages pa. Which means, ang rami na niyang pagdadaanan. Ita-translate siya pabalik hanggang maging binary code. That's why yung speed ng programming language natin, it depends kung gaano siya kalapit dun sa pinaka-native language ng computer natin. So kung isang translatean lang yan na for example, from assembly code diretso agad sa machine language, mabilis siya. So parang ano lang yan, no? Pagka meron tayong interpreter sa totoong buhay. So kung kaya mo magsalita ng Filipino and then yung isa Japanese, meron tayong interpreter sa gitna or meron tayong nagko-compile sa gitna na pagka meron ako sinabing word na Tagalog or Filipino, magta-translate yung interpreter natin and ita-translate niya yun into Japanese language or the Nihongo language. So kaya mas mabagal. Pero kung direct kami mag-uusap, mas mabilis. Ganun yung analogy niya sa totoong buhay. So yun lang guys yung pag-aaralan natin sa first intro to programming session natin. If you want to learn more, and then definitely mag-enroll kayo sa SDPT Academy para live session tayo so you can ask me yung question about dito sa intro to programming. And of course, magkakaroon din tayo activities and then meron din tayong mga quizzes and also final project para malaman natin talaga na naintindihan natin tong intro to programming na to and ready na kayo i-tackle ang programming world. So with that being said guys, hintayin niyo yung mga susunod pa na episode natin. It will be a 4-session episode dito sa ating intro to programming course. Okay, so yun lang guys. If you have any question, comment sa ating comment section. With that, thank you guys very much for watching this video. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!